I tested 4 different AI note-taking tools: Fathom, Notta, Otter AI, and HappyScribe, to see which one actually belongs in my toolkit. I invited all of these tools to join the same video call with my friend Josh so I can compare their performance head to head. In this video, we're taking a closer look at Notta AI. If you're just looking for a quick overview of all 4 tools and want to know which one I chose as my go-to, you can check out the summary video right here. But let's jump in to Notta. Notta, or Notta. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. It's a note-taking app, so I assume it's Notta. Hopefully it's not a big deal if I am mispronouncing it. Real quick disclosure, the team from Notta actually reached out to me and offered access to their pro plan for a couple months so I could kick the tires and see how it stacks up against the competition. Otherwise, they are not paying me to endorse their product. This is my honest take on all of these tools, but I do appreciate them doing that. I do realize, though, that kind of throws off the comparison a little bit if we're comparing free to free. So I'm going to do my best to highlight anytime I'm using a pro feature. They do tag them. They have little icons for the pro features. But the main difference, I believe, just comes down to the quota, the number of transcription minutes you get from the free plan, the pro plan, the business plan. We'll take a closer look at that when we talk about pricing in just a second. But let's take a look at the dashboard now. And we'll see right up front, this is a different beast than Fathom. There are some extra features here that are really nice. My understanding is Fathom only works after you record a meeting. Here, you can start an instant record session. I'll show that right now. So I can hit record and just start talking. This is recording me right now. I could use this as an audio journal. I could just brainstorm some ideas I have for a new YouTube video, what have you. This will transcribe it. I could use the built-in AI tools to start creating content around this, or I can copy and paste this into something else like ChatGPT and start working with this. There's also a companion app so you can make recordings on the go. I like this. Just the extra options to be able to interface with this is very helpful. You can also upload and transcribe audio or video files after the fact. And there's the online meeting tool, and then record screen. So I'm using screen recording software right now to make this video. I could potentially replace that with this, and it would generate a transcription of that to boot. So that's really cool. Below here, we see a list of our different recordings, the duration, and over in the right hand, there's this little dashboard. So upcoming events and tasks. It's really setting itself up to be a larger tool than just a meeting recorder. It's kind of a meeting manager, because over here, click on events, we have our calendar. It even has a built-in scheduler. I haven't set this up, but it looks like it's kind of a Calendly alternative where you could send people a link and they could schedule meetings directly through Notta. That's kind of cool. Here's all of our records. We can sort these into different folders. And then this is just, you can star different recordings that I guess you want to access more frequently. Also, hold up, I need to move my fat head real quick. This was hiding earlier, but in the corner there's this AI chat button. If we click that, we have a little pop-up, and we can ask it questions. We can interface with all of the content in our account, not just one meeting at a time. I can even select which specific recordings I want it to reference, or we can filter by transcription type, by the creator, if this is a business plan, a date range. So that's really cool. Let's put that to the test, and let's unselect everything and just generally ask it, when is kids camp this here. All right, so it should have the information available, although we haven't even looked at the transcript of our meeting yet. It's in there, so yeah, here, it found it. According to the document, Kids Camp is scheduled for June 22nd through the 26th, and it has some extra information that we chat about, so that's cool. I could also ask it a question about when is the Lakeside Anniversary project due? Yeah, and so there's another meeting that it's pulling from. I don't have to go in one at a time. So it's really cool that you can interface with all of your content. But now let's take a look at a specific recording summary, see what this looks like. Everything's been really cool and polished and hunky-dory up to this point, but here's one of the first setbacks that I experienced with this tool. Here's the transcript, but unknown speaker, unknown speaker, unknown speaker. The speaker identification tool did not work for some reason. I'm not really sure. I have a theory. But first, let me show you what it should look like. I did record a meeting a few days ago, and you can see that it's showing the different speakers here. This is what the transcription should look like. You have an audio recording of the meeting. You can jump to a certain section and play this.
Or what are you doing the rest of this week?
You can share little clips, bookmark them, comment, copy, what have you. But for whatever reason, it didn't work with the meeting for Josh. I'm not sure if that was a glitch. Notice how there's different icons for the different recording types. It's showing that Note Taker Demo with Josh is an instant record session and not an online meeting. Did Notta do this, or did I do this? And I'm wondering that because if I go over to this mini calendar, I can hover over an event and it gives me the option to start an instant record session. But I don't know why. Why is that helpful? Why did I honestly forget if that's what I did. I thought Notta auto joined the meeting. But why would you give your users the option to instant record an event if that's not going to give you the speaker identification tools that are really helpful to have for a meeting recording? So, points off there. Also, I see this box down here, unable to view full content. Pro plan allows transcriptions of up to 90 minutes per session, but my meeting was 72 minutes long, at least according to Fathom. Here it's saying it was over an hour and a half. I don't know why. Did it not stop recording when the meeting ended? Because that's not helpful. I don't know where I would have gone to stop the recording. So it seems like it kept running for a while, and it counted against the quota, and I hit this cap now where I have this old box to contend with. I have everything. If I roll down here, I see... I don't know. This is weird. It looks like there's stuff that's hidden, but... Later, man. Take care. Thank you. Thank you. Like, that's the end of the meeting. So, yeah. Hopefully this is just a glitch that they could work out. But let's keep moving forward and see how well the rest of the features work. So, check out AI Notes. So, here is our summary. Chapters with topic headings, intro to AI note-taking tools, technical equipment discussion, kids camp, AI tools demonstration. It seems more chronological where Fathom organized it by topic, and Fathom also gave us individual key points under each of these. This is kind of grouped more generally together, and we have a timestamp that we can click on to jump to that section of the meeting. Then we have action items down here. Let's see. What is mind map? It's a mind map. It's the same content, it looks like, just organized a little bit differently. I'm not a mind map user. I don't know if this is helpful or not. I probably wouldn't use this. Let's go back to summary. And we have a template library. So we can choose different types of summaries. Let's go to sales, and do they have... Yes, here is the spiced template. So they have the same one that we used with Fathom. Let's click that, and it's generating now. Situation, pain, impact, critical event, and decision. Similar to what we saw before. And this is interesting, though. While it's generating that, it added it to the existing general summary. It didn't replace it. It's adding more content, and looks like I can pull this out and I can interact with this. Okay, here it generated it. Situation, pain, impact, critical event, decision. It's not as in-depth as the Fathom summary, but this is cool. I realized I can interact with this. I can edit this. I can even... Can I drag? Yeah, I can even rearrange these lines or these whole blocks and kind of interact with this as a canvas. So I can start writing content right here. So that's kind of cool. And then I can copy everything from there and take it to where I want to take it. What other sort of templates do we have? We have marketing, consulting, media, and podcasts. Okay, so you can play around with that. All right, let's look at some other tools over here on the right side. Chat. So this is another way to get to the chat feature that we already took a look at. Bookmarks. So here's a key point that I flagged during the meeting. We click that and it jumps to that section of the transcription, and I can add more bookmarks, to-dos, projects. I can come up with my own custom bookmarks as well. So I can kind of jump to key points and comments. So if you're working with a team, this could be helpful. I can even so I can mention a person and get more eyes on a part of this meeting. And then what is this? Conversation insights. This looks like it's more of a business plan feature. Total silence duration, only 2 minutes, 56 seconds. So Josh and I were just running our mouths the whole time, I guess. And a deep dive. It looks like it would show you the percentage of talk time per person. So you can see who on the team is bogarting the conversation. But because it did not identify the speakers, we can't really use that feature. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. Let's see. Layout. AI notes collapse. Okay, we could some different layouts we can play around with. We can star this, and that would show up on the dashboard. We can share this. So there's a public sharing link that I could copy, and I guess Josh can get access to this whole page. Find and replace. And download. This is interesting. This is a pro feature. I would have thought this would be standard to be able to download the text of your transcript. Although you do have the option to download the audio. That I could see being a pro feature, but I just want the text. But you can send it to, I played around with this already, send it to Google Notes or Notion, OneNote, or ClickUp. I already have this set up with Google Docs, so you can choose what you want to include and then push this to Google Drive, and the summary or the transcript will show up there. And you can do that for free. That's not a pro feature, so that might be a way that you can get around not being able to download the transcript. You can also send it to a CRM, Salesforce, HubSpot, the other things you see listed here. So you can associate this with a customer account. That is a business plan feature. You can send a message, and you can send to cloud storage. That is a pro feature. All right, there's a few more features up here. Hide timestamps and correction reference. Okay, so that just is related to the interface here. I don't know why it thinks that I misspelled that. But that is a pro feature. Timestamps is a pro feature. That's kind of weird. That's such a minor thing. Translate is pro, vocabulary is pro, downloads pro, and some of the send to options are pro or business plan. While we're on the topic of different plans, let's take a look at the pricing. So for free, you get 120 transcription minutes per month. That's not bad for free, but this is a big but. You only get up to 3 minutes per conversation. I thought this was a typo at first, but you scroll down here to the fuller comparison table and it confirms 3 minutes. And the tooltip confirms 3 minutes. The maximum transcription duration per record is 3 minutes. That's very limiting. They give you 120 minutes per month, but in order to use all 120 minutes, you'd have to have 40 separate recordings. Why? I can only imagine the free plan being useful for people who want to use the instant record feature and just record quick little memos. Use the app and just kind of record a shower thought, and you want a transcription of it and a place to store it. But your phone probably already has a voice recorder. I know mine does, Google Record, and it transcribes the full thing, and you can access it from the web. So I don't really understand that 3 minute limit. That barely gives you enough time to even play around with the other features, because everything else that Nota offers is reliant on that original transcript. The summaries, like you only have 3 minutes of transcript to summarize or to use the chat bot feature. Like, in order to use the rest of it, you need more content, and this is not giving you hardly any content. You have to upgrade to the Pro plan for $13.49 per month, or $18.17. There's a nice discount if you pay annually, and that gets you 1,800 transcription minutes per month. That's 30 hours. That's very generous. Up to 90 minutes per conversation. That's a lot better than 3 minutes, but still is just a little tight. Like, an hour and a half, 2 hour meeting isn't unheard of. I have long coaching calls. That's tight enough that I'd be looking at the clock, especially considering that it might not end the recording after I end the call, like we saw before. And then when I look over at the business plan, they have the ability to give you up to 5 hours per conversation. I don't know if this is just an arbitrary limit or if they have like processing limitations that they need to take into consideration. But I really wish that they would just let you use the full amount of transcription minutes as you see fit and not worry about session length. That's a little frustrating. You get 100 file uploads per month for transcriptions, 30 AI summaries per month, which I don't know what that is. I know what an AI summary is, but I don't know how they're counting it. If every time you generate a new summary, even within the same recording, does that count against your quota? How does the chat bot feature in? Every time you ask it a question or prompt it to generate something, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that works. And then you get the transcripts, translation, and vocabulary. And then there's some extra stuff with the business plan. One thing that really surprised me is if you scroll down to the full comparison table, the appointment scheduling feature is included in the free plan. Why? I'm not complaining that you're giving away a cool feature for free, but why would you make it easy for people to book a meeting that will presumably last longer than 3 minutes, but then have really low limits on the transcription length and make the rest of the features unusable? And then there's just kind of weird things too, like the spell check and high timestamps. So they're a pro feature, but they just seem to be like really not a feature. It's just kind of an interface issue, but you're paywalling it. I want to trust that there's a rhyme and reason to why the pricing is set up the way it is, but it's confusing to me personally. And considering that Fathom offers unlimited meeting transcriptions with no time limits, it's a different tool. Nota has some other really cool features in here. Like I said, I really like that instant record. I don't know. I'm not ready to make my final call yet. So that's Nota. I like what they're trying to do. It has a lot of potential, but their free plan is really restrictive. The Nota team actually gave me access to their premium plan for a couple weeks, so I had more time to dig into it and test it out. But for you, if you were to open an account and try to take it for a spin, I don't think you would really be able to get a good feel for it unless you went ahead and paid for it. So that's unfortunate. But I do like the multilingual support. If you work with an international team, I think it would be worth paying for the Pro plan and use their translation features. I think that could be a really good fit for that scenario. If you want to see how it compares to the other tools I tested out, you can watch my other deep dives linked below, or you can watch the overview video right here.